Monday. How the heck are you? Doing well? Awesome. Welcome back to Your Success DNA show from yoursuccessatlast.com. That motivational oomph that you're going to need every single day. Call them those core inspirational building blocks to help you get done what you need to get done. Monday. I spent a good part of my teen years in Southern California, and they used to have a gentleman out there that was Sunday with the drag races up in the LA County Fairgrounds. That struck me. You know, what's funny is here recently, past few months, Mondays have actually been great days for me. I'm in a long distance relationship, so it was out in the San Francisco Bay Area, and inland from the Bay Area. And the weekends are the times we get to spend together. This past weekend was torturous because we weren't able to spend this past weekend together. The past 2 months we've been together like every single weekend, which was awesome. And this was a long weekend being away from her. So Monday is a great thing because this work week will go by fast, and then we'll be together over the weekend. So how are you looking at your Monday? And you're finding a good positive way to look about it? That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about beliefs and about yourself and the power that they have over you. Before we go there, though, let's talk about the Monday question. How do you feel? Yeah? How do you feel about Mondays? How about that? And how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel about your Mondays? How do you want to feel about your life? How do you feel about your life? How do you feel about the upcoming week? How do you want to feel about it? So the question is, how do you feel? And then how do you want to feel? So how do you move from where you are to where you want to be? We'll talk a little bit about that today when we go into the beliefs. A quick reminder, I'm not going to go into the usual pitch routine about the 7 critical steps to success, but I do want to remind you about the webinar on Thursday. We'll chat a little bit more about that towards the end. My tongue keeps tripping over my eye teeth. Anyway, so as I was saying, your beliefs about yourself, about yourself and your life even, have more power over your destiny. Maybe destiny's too extreme. Over your life than you can even imagine. I mean, your personal ideas and your values that you've held onto or that you've created over the course of your life over a long time can literally block the way towards the life that you dream, desire, and even deserve. So we're going to talk about identifying some unhelpful beliefs and maybe even give you some ideas of positive ones to replace them with. So I want you to examine some of the beliefs that can be hampering you in the efforts to live the life that you dream, desire, and deserve, right? You want to be better, do more, have more, whatever it is. Maybe you just want to do more for others. You want to have more for yourself and your family. So one of the first ones we want to chat about is, I got to let go of my dreams because I'm just not going to be able to achieve them. I have heard this way too many times. I can't do it. A couple of unhelpful things happen when you think this way. First, it seems that you feel that you really don't deserve your dreams. And therefore, you're literally sabotaging yourself. If you don't think you deserve it, then you're likely not doing anything to move closer to what you want out of life. Right? If you don't think you deserve it, well, why even try? See, one way to alter this belief is to ponder how you can follow your dreams. And you hear me talk about this all the time. Sit down and make a list of the little steps that you're going to need to take to get closer to the life you dream, desire, and deserve. So, and then what you can do is you can look at those as stair steps, right? And you can start to literally climb those steps towards your future, one step at a time. Or if you think about it as a ladder to success, one rung at a time. Your new belief could sound something like, oh, I'm following my dreams starting this very minute, and I'm going to celebrate each and every step along the way. Now, I'm really not talking about just puffing yourself up with positive mantras or daily affirmations, all right? Those by themselves do not work. You can use them. They're a tool, but you've got to take the action, all right? And I think for those folks that use daily affirmations, they're a motivator. And as long as they move them, as long as it motivates them to take action, more power to them. All right. Now, the next one to ponder is, I don't have the right to ask for what I want. That one really, I think, is really all about the fear of rejection. People that think that they don't have the right to ask for what they want are, to me, I mean, they're really worried about being rejected. This belief indicates that you feel less important than others. They see their wants and their needs as not as relevant as other people's wants and needs. See, living with this belief means that you're likely keeping your true feelings under wraps. You're keeping them close to the vest, and you're just going along to get along. There'll be no rocking the boat from you. My best friend was like this in a lot of ways, and I kept having to pull him out. This man had so many skills and so many great things about him, and he did them, but you had to pull some of this out of him. He could just do wondrous things with leather. He started doing some leather work as a business. He started doing prop work for web movies, and he could create something out of nothing. Literally, he was working. There was a horror movie series that they were doing, and they wanted him to create some machetes. And you could go out and buy some machetes, but these wanted to be prop machetes that could be swung around without hurting folks. And he literally created, I think it was a half a dozen or a dozen machetes out of scratch for, I think it was under $100. Well, you couldn't buy those kind of machetes for $100. But the idea is he could see these things. Oh, you want this? Oh, and his mind just worked that way. Okay? The fact is, right, your feelings are equally as valuable as everyone else's. So I want you to consider changing the belief to maybe something like, I'm important and how I feel matters. Right? Because you can diplomatically ask for what you want. Look, people might disagree, but you can handle it, and they can handle it too. Right? When you can state your wants or your needs tactfully and honestly and without anger, those that truly love you, those who are close to you, they'll listen. And they'll even respond. And most of them will respond well. However, let's be honest, they may have a negative response. I want you to, if they do, I want you to remind yourself that you have no control over the feelings of others. You can only control your own feelings, right? All right. So therefore, I mean, really just ask for what you want. Right? Those who do, those who get it, ask, or they go out and they get it. Recognize that you can listen to the requests of others, but you're not responsible for how they feel. Right? You can control their feelings. You can only control yours. All right, we got two more here. This is a big one. I had this one for a bit too. I'm not going to trust anyone again. This belief is probably going to stem from something in your past. Well, duh, right, Tracy? Someone you trusted hurt you, period. It could have been when you were a youngster. Maybe your parents weren't as supportive, or they were too tough on you. Or in a prior relationship, a close relationship, you felt like you were betrayed, or that your feelings were minimized, or they just weren't even cared about. Right? Whatever the case, you're probably afraid to trust. You're afraid to trust, and you're trying to protect yourself from that emotional hurt again. You need to alter this belief by giving yourself permission to trust. Maybe a little bit at first and then grow it. But give yourself permission to trust. If you pledge not to trust again, it likely means you're never going to have another loving relationship. And that is just stealing from yourself. I want you to recognize that you probably learned something positive from those hurtful relationships or from those prior relationships. And you've grown, and your ideas now can be more clearer. More clearer. That's great English, right? You can adopt and believe something like, in order to have a relationship, I'm going to have to invest in it, right? It might be scary at first, but you can do it. I know you can. I've been through this myself, right? Whoops, I gotta learn to turn that off before I start these recordings, don't I? I was in I'll call it, pretty one-sided relationship towards the end of it. And I learned a number of lessons. One is you got to stand up for yourself. You got to. You got to give and give and give. But if you give and you end up sucking yourself dry in the process, then when you got to stand up for yourself. Okay. So, and the last one. This one goes through so many areas. I don't make enough money to live a financially secure life. Money isn't everything. But this belief is going to put a heavy cloak over your efforts to be happy. When you think this way, you fail to see what you can do to save for your future. Your emotional health is intimately connected in how you feel about your financial life. In most cases, you think about it. You need money to buy food. You need money to put a roof over you. You need money just to get gas to put in your car to get to work. All right? So I want you to open a door to a more secure financial and emotional life by adjusting your belief. You got to swing it around a little bit. I know these emotional beliefs are big boats, and they just don't turn on a dime. You got to swing them slowly. You can start with, hey, I have control over my finances. I can save $1 a week. And then you make that $5 a week, and then it's $20 a week, whatever it is. See, when you believe that you can live within or even below your financial means and still save, you'll discover that you can enjoy life. And that's the key, all right? So I want you to go through and to kind of perform a self-examination of your major beliefs and your values. What do you think about yourself? Are your thoughts and beliefs preventing you from achieving a healthy relationship, monetary security, or living that life you dream, desire, and deserve? Then you need to banish those limiting beliefs forever. And you need to do it starting right now. All right? We're going to chat a little bit about that on the webinar on Thursday, which is why I'm not going to be sitting here pitching the 7 critical steps to success like I usually do, because I really want you to come on over. Go to yoursuccessatlast.com, click on the banner up there about the resolution revolution, and we're going to chat about a number of these things. This particular part of it's going to be coming from a champion mindset program I have. I peeled some of this away from it. So go over there, click on that. You can click on the 7 critical steps to success as well, because if you sign up for that, I'll definitely be alerting those folks to the webinar, but there is a banner up there for the webinar. Come on over. It's going to be this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go through about 45, 50 minutes of pure content. I'm going to leave it all on the table for you, and then we'll leave some time at the end for Q&A. So tomorrow we're going to talk about, are you dooming yourself to failure? And we're going to chat a little bit about some of the signs you need to be aware of. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully. Take action. Catch you later. Bye-bye.